Yeah, welcome back, guys. This is Kimetsu no Yaiba, episode 22 review. So I just watched it like an hour ago, and I'm going to be talking about it. So this chapter starts off with Tanjiro waking up, and he's in Demon Corp headquarters, and he's tied up, and we see the Hashiras, the top ranked demon slayers in the company. I guess let's call it a company because that's what it is. And yeah, and I got to say, I was quite disappointed with the designs, to be honest. It's just more of a personal preference, but I feel like the artist who drew all, I don't know the author of the show, but like the artist who drew all of the character designs, I feel like one of his weak points would be the lack of diversity because a lot of the characters do look too similar to each other. So I guess people could say that it's his what do you call it, his art style. But for me, in my personal opinion, I feel like some of the characters look too much like each other, such as the Love Hashira. She looks a lot like the Insect Hashira Shinobu, and even those right and left hand man of the master, they look all the same, like the female type character type. Yeah. So I wasn't a fan of the designs. But I've got to say, since there's nine of them, it gives us a structure of how the ranking system of the Demon Corp kind of works. So we see there's one master, and he's got his two bodyguards, I call them, and they're twins, and they look kind of dynamic. I won't lie, they look like demons, but they aren't. And then we got the nine Hashiras, the top ranks, and then we got everyone else. I don't know if there's other ranks too, but we know that Tanjiro is a rookie, and he didn't really know about the ranks. But with that being said, the episode kind of starts off with the Hashiras all giving their own opinions about the situation with Tanjiro and Nezuko. And I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about this, actually. I was quite surprised with this because in most shonen, when we meet the top ranking people of your own company, so your senpais and that, they're usually quite nice and powerful and really caring. Then they're usually quite supporting of the main character. For example, in Naruto, all the Jonin are quite friendly towards Naruto, i.e., Guy, Kakashi, and yeah, and let me think of another example real quick. So when can't think of any other examples right now, but yeah, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this was quite weird to see, like the top ranking senpais all giving Tanjiro a lot of hate and talking about executing him on the spot and there was quite a lot of them. They had the same opinion. Even the orange hair one, he looks like he should be the happy, caring type, but he was quite harsh with his opinions, and his facial expressions did not match what he was saying. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. So I think most of them objectified and really disagreed with Tanjiro and Nezuko's relation, and their solution was to kill them both. But luckily for them, they do not get to decide their fate because the master actually comes in. But before the master comes in, the worst of the lot was the demon Hashira, right? Because he's got Nezuko's box, and you can just see him stab the box, and the fact that there's blood on the sword kind of means that Nezuko's been impaled. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. I was like, yeah, it got me quite infuriated because of how disrespectful he was being, and he was just being a douche, to be honest. Uh, yeah, and I was really satisfied when Tanjiro gave him that headbutt, and I like how the excuse was the because he was interrupted, he managed to get the headbutt off, but nevertheless, the headbutt was quite satisfying indeed. But then the master shows up, and that's when all things change, and the master says he allows it. So despite and despite them being quite strong, everyone respects the master as we see them all bow down, and we we see Tanjiro's head get slammed quickly into the ground just to make him bow as well. And I quite like that little dig Tanjiro has at the wind one, saying, "Oh, I thought he was going to be a brainless brute, but the way he's speaking shows that he does have intelligence." So I thought that was quite a funny dig he made about him. Yeah, but apart from that, and we go into the whole relation and complex relationships about how, the hatred for demons that everyone has, and the whole system is around killing demons. So why would they have demons? Which is understandable considering like how other demons, well, most demons are. And if you're one of the top ranks, then you must be quite experienced, and you've probably seen demons eat your own family and friends. So you probably won't be very compassionate towards having a demon comrade anyway. You know. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. But oh my god, my man OG, the OG senpai, the what do you call it? Tanjiro's teacher, he was the one that saved Tanjiro's ass because it turns out he was an ex Hashira member. So that old dude is pretty strong in his own right. Well, he used to be strong, so I'm guessing at his peak he was as strong as them lot. So yeah, he sent a letter, and I guess because of his high stature, the master gave him respect, and he obviously sees him as a reputable source, and that's why he sanctioned it. So that was pretty cool to see a blast from the past, actually, to see a character that's not been referenced since episode 5 or 6. When we first see him do the training. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, we also know that he was top rank at one point. That's pretty cool to know as well, actually. So yeah, Tanjiro learning from the best already. So with that, really, that's kind of what the overview of the episode, because not much goes on except the whole discussion. And despite him sanctioning him, we can see multiple of the Hashira actually going against his wishes. I mean, they don't go against his wishes. No, they acknowledge that his word is final, but they always they voice their own opinions, which are all, I cannot agree with it with this. So we see the Wind Hashira trying to test out Nezuko to see if she is going to attack humans or not. And this was quite an unfair way of doing it, to be honest. So yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to mention on the letter that what's he called? His senpai wrote, Oji-san. What he wrote is, if Nezuko does ever eat a human, him, Tomiko, and what's it called? Tanjiro will all commit seppuku. So that was a pretty cool thing to say, actually. I mean, it's quite extreme, but then that's a good way to keep your promise in a sense. But yeah, this wind demon, what he does, he aggravates Nezuko by stabbing the box a few times. Like, that's not really. This kind of seems like a witch hunt kind of test. If you remember what the witch hunt was, right? So the way you, this was back in the olden days. The way you would test if someone was a witch would be you strap them to a, what do you call it? You strap them to a heavy object like a chair or something, and you throw them in the water, like in the river or something. And if they sink and die, then they were innocent. But if they escape, then they're a witch. So they need to kill the witch. So yeah, it's kind of a lose-lose situation in this example. Like stabbing a box, despite we all know Nezuko is friendly, right? But if you're gonna stab her multiple times, she's gonna get pissed, like self-defense. And the fact that he's using his blood to kind of what do you call it, egg Nezuko on as well, just shows like, oh, what a douchebag this guy is, and he's just trying to get his own way, with this unfavorable scenario. But I want to see what Nezuko's gonna do actually. I really need to see what her answer to this is gonna be. Is she gonna attack him, or is she gonna be nice to him? I don't know. But hopefully we'll find out. But that cliffhanger was too much for me to handle. I gotta know, and I can't wait till next episode. Bye bye.